Okay, guys, that little demo is going through lower H number 1, and it's going through the finned port. Okay, I also did number 8 on the finned port. Let's take a look at how they look. Now, what you really need to do is you need to compare these to the last two that I showed you going through the quickie port. Now, everybody loves the quickie port, right? Except me. I liked the finned port because it sounded better on the bench and it had better air speeds through the port. Well, if you take a look at how we did on this is a little behind. It's an upper plenum. Right, this is number 8. All right, number 8 has got a fairly sharp corner, right? And I know from doing Chevy intakes that are designed like this runner is always hurting. Not really sure why. It looks like it's nice and big and has a nice curve. It's always low on flow. So yeah, this one's a little short. This is actually the second time I've flowed it. I think I did some work to it. Let me just check. Yeah, number 8. Last time I did it was only 166. So I did some more work to it. I got it up to 170 at 500, 165 on that one. Got a nice swirl curve. Nothing to complain about. Yeah, it's a little short on CFM. Now, that had to cut down plenum as well. Okay, number 1 hangs right with the other ports. Right, it's the deeper plenum. I did the demo with the little stubby flag. See, the little stubby flag shows you different things than the long flag, because the long flag, the end tends to whip around, but the shorter flag tends to just stand straight. If you have relatively, not, I don't even want to say it, but it doesn't always wag back and forth. You can see in a couple spots it did, but overall, that's pretty good. I am thinking I need to do a video that does the measurements for the spacer that my buddy can make up for me. I'm thinking about 3.5 inches tall. I'm thinking whatever the original bores were, 1 inch and 5/8, I think they were. The top of the spacer will have that size holes, but I actually want it to get smaller down towards the middle. I don't know if he can do that. Maybe he just bores 2 1.25 inch holes through it, and I'll do the rest. I actually want it to neck down in the middle. You know what? I did a quickie drawing of it at work lunchtime. Not a great drawing, but it's just an idea rolling around in my head. I'm thinking of doing something like that, where it's actually a Venturi, and then it opens up, because I'm thinking it'll have a chance to speed up, drop the pressure, right? And then this part of the Venturi, we have pressure recovery, and right down the sides. It'll be especially beneficial on the upper H. You guys give me a little feedback whether I'm out of my mind. I've never seen a spacer designed like that before in my life. So I really don't want to hear about, oh, Charlie, you copied that from somebody. I didn't. I thought about it. And in fact, the way I'd like it designed, you know what? I'm going to draw the side view of it. All right. Now this is looking, let's say, from the front of the manifold towards the back of the manifold. And I'd like to get something like this. So even if my buddy can just drill 1 inch holes straight through, and I can shape everything else out, that wouldn't be a problem. I just got to give him the dimensions of the block and where the bolt holes and so forth go through. This is what I'm thinking of doing. All right, guys. Got to think out of the box a little bit. I need a bit of an open plenum, right? So both H's can draw through both tiny barrels, because we're desperately going to need that. Because as you can see, even with an open plenum, I'm barely cutting it. And I still have, I haven't even finished the rest of the ports in the head, so I have to finish the other ports in order to do the other 4 runners in that manifold. And quite a few of them have the really sharp turn, right? This has got the really sharp turn, number 2, and number 5 has got the really sharp turn. That makes a difference. So I expect both of these to be lower than what we just got on this one. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. Almost forgot. Single plane's in the mail. Should get it any day now. So this is going to be going on hold for a bit. And somebody made a question, why don't you get rid of that terrible bung that's in there? I would like to thread them and put plugs in, but I have to see if I can find one of those. I actually took that bung out of the upper H and flowed it, and it lost flow. Interesting, right, guys? All right, guys. Thanks a lot.